Well, everybody, this is GeoStalker. Today is Tuesday, and I'm on my way to my favorite honey hole. It's over in Mount Sterling, Ohio. I've picked this place before for the last several years. I'm hoping there's still a little honey left in the hole. We'll see. So here I am rolling up on Warner Auto Sales, which is famous for its fence made of school buses. So you might be able to see in the distance there, this property surrounded by school buses. So years ago, this man was told by the township that he needed to put a fence around his property. He disagreed with them. So out of spite, he acquired several dozens of school buses, and there you have it. I get a little closer, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about here. Here it is. Warner Auto Sales. Let's see what we got going on here today. Well, this is the only junkyard that I know of that as soon as you turn the corner, you start seeing Geos. Here's a sedan. Here's a 95 and up model, perhaps a 97 base model, recessed headlights. And the shrine of the Metros. Look at that up there. A shell of a Geo right up on the top as soon as you get here. And of course, there's a green one right there, early models. I'm here today looking for some interior trim for a 91 that I'm working on, so wish me luck on that. Well, this is a 92 to 94 model, but look at that. Somebody put a pop-up sunroof on it. Isn't that interesting? Let's see if this bad boy works. See if the seal's still good. Look at that. Seal's good. Huh. It's like I'm going to have to come back and get me a sunroof. Well, unfortunately, this car did not have what I needed, although there are some salvageable parts on it. There's markers and look to be good, not busted out. Yeah, tail light. One of the tail lights is cracked, but you know there's some, and that center cap, the Geo center cap. So yeah, there's some stuff here. Yeah, I wonder how long that motorcycle's been buried here. Old Honda. I mean, this place is just so overgrown. This is an old barn that's kind of fallen in, and you kind of walk through these tunnels that have been walked several times by prospective pickers. And you know, you see the old cars, 40s, 50s, rotted away, picked and picked again, and then you just got to kind of make your way through the trail. Hope a coyote doesn't walk up on you. And we'll see what's up in the distance here. Well, if memory serves, oh yeah, what do we got up there? Again, old cars. But every so often, buried in the midst of these old Packards, and that's a 55 Buick Century right there. Check that out. Huh. And every once in a while you come up on a few Geos. Well, look at this now. How many are back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, this is a nice one here. That blue one. Buried. Impossible to get into. But we'll see. Here, the Suzuki Swift. It's a 1.3, of course. Looks like the tail lights are complete. I don't know if it's broken on that side, but this back left one looks okay. Looks like they're both okay. I think this one's a 92 Geo Metro, but look, the center cap is complete. Doesn't look like it's busted up. Just can't get access to these things. The trees are all growing up around them. Crazy. Well, what do you know? I was able to get into one of these things. This must be a 92 to 94 model. Key is still here, so if somebody needs the ignition switch assembly for this, or the odometer, you know, somebody might need the keys for the door, for the hatch, for the ignition switch, in case, you know, you're got mismatched lock or mismatched keys for your ignition and for your doors and for your hatch, like I happen to have in my 91 I'm working on. But unfortunately I can't use the ignition switch assembly because I have side buttons for my 91 and that won't work. So still looking. But believe it or not, for the age of this car and how long it's been sitting out here, the seats are not torn. No holes. It looks like they were the ones that had the light blue threading. They just need cleaned up. And back seat too. I swear, last time I was here, this tree, these trees, this growth was not here. I could easily get into these cars. Now it's like, this was an XFI. That somebody just used as storage for junk, even though it's a 9091. The dash, buttons. I mean, I can't even get into this. Although it does have that back piece. I'm looking for the back cover, inside cover for the trunk lid, the hatch lid. That's the piece I'm looking for, that gray piece. So, see if I can get to that. Well, there's a bit of good news. The key is in the hatch. Wow. Let's see if it actually pops it. There we go. Who knows what's in here? What's going to jump out at me? Man, let me put this down for a second. I can't control what I got in my hands here. Believe it or not, that trim piece was the one thing I was looking for today. I was missing it in my 91, and my old one had holes in it where previous owner had speakers. And well, I was able to find two of these trim pieces, one a little lighter gray than the other, dark gray, light gray. So I didn't really know which one I needed, so maybe I'll grab both. But these are all later models. None of these are, one of them's a Suzuki Swift. I'm guessing like a 93 maybe. I don't know those cars too well. But the other ones, 5 Geos, 195 and up model, 1 XFI. Yeah, there's parts here. There's turn signal markers. I would come, you're probably all wondering, why don't you grab all that stuff? Well, the guy here is incredibly expensive, incredibly expensive. I mean, I'm worried about what he's going to ask for that. We'll see. Looks like another Swift. Automatic. But I know that that bumper lip and hood, although the hood's kind of roached in terms of paint and some rust, but people like that front bumper clip on the Swifts. So again, if somebody knew about this place and they needed a part, there's parts to be had. You know, when you come to places like this and you're looking off in the distance, because this is 50, at least 50 acres, maybe 100. Really, the only thing you can look for is color. You know, if you see something that pops out as a geo color, something bright, then you got a later year. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Huh. It's like a yellow one. Yep. A little muddy down through here. Gotta watch it. Gets a little swampy. This is an LSI, so it'll be an automatic. Soupy, soupy, soupy. 4-door automatic. Somebody took the odometer, the bezel there. Keep getting my thumb in the way of this. I apologize for that. Let me try something else. There we go. Looks like a LSI, means it's an automatic. Dash is roached. Seats look, again, the elements. As long as they're not torn, you can clean these things up. You can take the covers off. You know, I mean, unfortunately the antenna's busted off, but sometimes people need to find antenna replacements for cheap. Again, this guy isn't necessarily cheap, but... And then right behind it, another 92 to 94 model. That's a standard. It's got some parts in it. Only has one tail light. Still haven't found the 89 to 91 that I'm looking for. Look at all these. You know, a lot of people, they covet these Geo center caps, you know, and I'm finding about 4 of them so far, maybe 5. But this one's been sealed up, which means the seats are still in good shape. Yeah, I mean, interior's roach like most, but gosh, this car's been sitting here for so long, but because the window seals are so good, the seats have stayed in great shape. And these seats are the red and yellow pinstriping, or the little Morse code striping. And I don't see any tears. Actually, in pretty good shape. Might be something to come back for if I'm ever working on that year. And of course, one of my all-time favorite cars, the Chevy Sprint. It's a 4-door wagon. I'm gonna guess it's a Sprint Metro, maybe. The Sprints had the push down hood release. They were fun cars, carbureted. Precursor to the Geo Metro, obviously. And it's really soupy through here. And this was just a basic Sprint. It doesn't say Sprint Metro, but it could be. Interesting. Well, walking down this aisle, there might be something over there. Again, you look for color. A few red cars over there, I'll check that out. But definitely over here, I see a later model 95 up, wrecked in the front, and it looks like a convertible right there. So, hey. Oh, maybe I zoomed in too much on that. Let me go check that out. We walk up on these two first. Yeah, this is a 4-door automatic 91. It might have what I'm looking for. You know what sucks? This place is about 45-50 minutes from my house, and I packed up all my tools, all my screwdrivers, and then I got here and realized I forgot my tool bag. But I mean, it's got the original Geo hubcaps. Seats look to be in good shape. I don't recall this one being here before. Plenty of raccoon poop. Dash bezel. That is what I want. Man, look at the huge hump in the driver's side floor. This thing is roached. I thought this was another 91, but then I got up on it and it's another Swift. So finding a few Swifts here. It's roached, but again, it's here. Let's see if I can get access to that dash bezel without a screwdriver. I got a knife that I actually found in the back of my truck. I'm gonna maybe try to, which is good defense in case, you know, animals come up on me. I mean, you know, this is wilderness where I am, Mount Sterling, Ohio, but let's give it a shot here. I hope nothing comes up out of that hole. This is like James and the Giant Peach, man. I mean, this tree's growing up right up through the hole here. I don't know. Let me see if I can get access to some stuff there. I wouldn't mind getting that bezel. Let's see if I can work that out without breaking anything. Someone came and took the display, I guess I call it odometer, speedometer, RPM thing. This probably wouldn't have had RPMs, but they left the surround shroud, which is complete. I tell you what, these are always good to grab because you got the defrost button there. This other button here, I don't know what that button would be for, but oh, it's inactive. But still, I mean, if you need to replace one of these in a pinch, it's always good to have a few spares of these, and for the 89 to 92 models. Walking up on another Suzuki Swift GLX with unbroken honeycombs. I don't believe they're broken. Nope, they're in perfect shape. Four-door wagon, automatic, and the odometers with the RPM is intact. It's still there. That's something to maybe come pick later. Well, there's another 89 to 94 model. It's a 92 to 94 to be more specific. And look at this, the antenna is ready to go. Like somebody already went to remove it. Well, it was not a Geo Metro, it was a Mercury convertible. Bummer. I would have taken some trim pieces, rubber. But there's this 95 and later model here. This is a 5-speed. Hope the driver survived that impact. I'm gone. Let me zoom out here a little bit. You know, you come to a junkyard like this and you say, okay, these cars are roached, but you know, depending on what you're looking for, you know, you still got bumpers, you still got side mirrors, you still got turn signal assemblies, light assemblies, you know, still got dash components, seats. On some of these, they're just molded. You just clean them up, let them dry out in the sun, and give those pieces some new life. Parts. Well, I don't know if there's anything else, but I will turn on my GeoStalker radar and see. Yeah, as I said earlier, this guy was given an ultimatum by the township to put a fence up around this property because it was an eyesore. So what did he do? He went and bought a ton of school buses, and he put them all around this 50 acre or plus whatever junkyard. Now it looks like because all sides used to be bus. It looks like lately he's been scrapping them. But there's still a lot of school buses here. And he probably got good money out of the parts for those. I don't know. I mean, this place is just nothing but school buses. Well, I tell you what, today was a productive day. Not that I was able to really pick anything except for these rear hatch panels. One's kind of a darker gray than the other one. To know this guy who owns this place, I mean, he's probably close to 80 years old, and he's never here, but he always acts like he's here. So it turned out he's actually at his Florida home today, even though he said, oh yeah, just call me when you get the parts you need and I'll come up and, you know, meet you there or whatever. So, but I had to deal with the sun. I had to find where they and stuff like that. So kind of a pain, but you know, here's that, I'll leave you with a parting shot of that yellow one that I was looking at earlier with that Swift and another Metro right behind it. So, you know, there's some stuff here, you know, so I'm not, today was in that, not that I grabbed a bunch of stuff, but that I know where a bunch of stuff is, that if I really wanted to get those, you know, Swift taillights, the honeycomb taillights, I could. I mean, I would pay an outrageous price for them, but I know where I could get them. And other trim pieces, and there's a dash bezel that I need from a 91 that was intact. I just didn't have the tools today to get it, and I'm kind of kicking myself, you know, for not bringing my tools. I packed my bag and forgot. But anyway, that's Warner Auto Sales in Mount Sterling, Ohio. So if you're really hard up for some things, you want to come out and get some stuff for your Geo or even your Suzuki Swifts, they do have a few here. So leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything you want me to possibly grab for you guys next time I'm out here, and we'll see what we can do. So take care, everyone.